Now comes the part where you're all gonna hate me. So, casting. This is where it gets fun, and this is also where I'm gonna lose everyone who ever watches this. Since this is kind of a book that has a lot of characters that are one-off characters, for my casting I want to do like characters that appear in multiple books. I want to have actors that I imagine can play that role for that long of a time. For characters that only appear in like one book or so, I'm just gonna do kind of smaller actors, or ones that just, you know, they're there. They play the part really well. Like, these are the actors that I've visualized. I heard their voices in my head as I was reading the character, and even I saw them playing this role. For Kardas, the image that I found of him, I'll put it up, he actually kind of looks like a young George Lucas. I'm gonna cast him as someone who actually has that hairstyle and stuff, but can also play an amazing role. And, surprise, he's actually an actor who's in the new movie coming out, is Oscar Isaac. Now, if you've seen him in Llewyn Davis, you know what I mean by the looks. He's got it nailed. He's a fantastic actor. Again, see inside Llewyn Davis. It's awesome. He does a great job. For Joris, I actually chose someone who I didn't really expect, but also I think would play the part really well, is Jeff Bridges. He can portray a perfect character who appears mild-mannered and mellow, and then suddenly becomes just a ball of rage, and he has those angry eyebrows. He's just awesome. Like, see any Jeff Bridges movie to know what I'm talking about. That guy would be perfect for that role. Now, Kinman Doriana, it's actually really funny, because before I saw an image of him, I didn't know anything about what he looked like. In my mind, I actually imagined him as Sean Mayer, who played Dr. Simon in Firefly. The reason for this is because he can play that character really well. He's a fantastic actor, and really that's just who I imagined. Like, I didn't expect him to be an older, balding, heavier set man. Now, a few characters I actually read as voice actors from cartoons and video games, as opposed to actors, because I didn't know really what to imagine them as, look-wise. So, for Lorana Ginsler, I actually imagined the character Opal from The Legend of Korra, and then I looked up her voice actress, and I thought, oh wow, not only does she sound like how I imagined, but she looks like she could actually play the part. So, for Lorana Ginsler, I'm going with the actress Alison Stoner. Of course, Obi-Wan's Ewan McGregor. I mean, that guy's fantastic as Obi-Wan. He is the character. He's a young Alec Guinness, and I don't need to say anymore. For Master Justine Moning, I'm actually choosing Ken Watanabe, because you don't really get too much of an idea of who he is and what he looks like, besides he's balding, and I think he had some sort of facial hair. Ken Watanabe is an amazing actor who, if you haven't seen movies like The Last Samurai, he can play a badass, wise warrior. And I thought, hey, why not him? The character of Thras, who I didn't talk about too much in the video, but I mean, he's important. He is Thrawn's brother. And so for that character, I imagined him being slightly younger than Thrawn. I don't remember getting a description if he's younger or older, but I imagined Mark Meer, the guy who voices Commander Shepard, and has done many other video games. He's a great actor, and I really like his work. And honestly, for Chiss, you kind of need a character who is, I'm not saying this in a bad way, but a little wooden, and not in their acting ability, but in a character they can portray as wooden. And he can do that. Like, in the first Mass Effect, I thought Shepard's voice actor was a little off for the male, but it turned out that he was fantastic and fit that role perfectly. That guy's voice could perfectly be used as a Chiss voice. Palpatine would of course be the same Ian McDiarmid, because that guy did a fantastic job, and he loves that character so much. I mean, he just plays amazing every time. Dubrak Quinto, the captain of the smugglers, that Karnas is a part of. I imagine John Bernthal from The Walking Dead. He's a great actor, and he's also a dick, and I mean that in the best way possible. He plays a good character like that. Again, Chaz Uliar is one of those characters that I mentioned before. I didn't really feel he was big enough of a role, and so for him I actually imagined another voice actor, the voice actor for Mako in Legend of Korra. I know, I was watching Legend of Korra by the time I read this, so it makes sense. And his voice actor looked like he could play the part. I mean, there's no real description of Chaz Uliar, so I mean, it could be anyone. So for him I chose David Faustino, who is the voice actor for Mako. For Maris Farasi, I chose Janet Varney, who plays Korra in Legend of Korra, again, and she's a fantastic actress. She can play that dramatic role perfectly, she can play a comedic role perfectly, but for this, she really needs to play that kind of the warm heart of really someone who's just a good-natured character, compared to Dubrak Quinto, who is kind of a, like I said before, a dick. And now comes the part where everyone hates me. Grand Admiral Thrawn. Now, I've seen everywhere, the character of Thrawn should be played by Brandy Snoot Cumberbatch. I don't agree with it. He's a great actor, and he could play the role perfectly. I like to choose characters that no one else kind of would choose, but also I imagined Thrawn as someone else. Really, I did. I mean, by the image of Thrawn, and also because of the talent of the actor. I mean, yeah, he's a weird dude in real life, but the person I imagined as Thrawn is Tom Cruise. Anyways, like, comment, and subscribe, or dislike because I just said Tom Cruise should play Thrawn. Next week I'll be talking about the first in the Republic Commando series, Hard Contact, and from there on we're taking off into some really interesting Clone Wars stuff. And Mandalorian stuff. Yes. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.